Hello everyone. So this is the 11th session of the Food Safety and Quality Assurance, and the topic which we'll be covering today is World Trade Organization. So the structure and objectives of the World Trade Organization are to uncover the formal ideology of the WTO and examine the modern history of the World Trade regime. The present some data about the organizations of the World Trade Organization and outline its major areas of operation. The section 3 are World Trade Organization and commodity trade. The underlying ideology of World Trade Organization is little different from the Adam Smith and Francois Cuisne. The comparative advantage in market-based trades, the multilateralism is a superior market of achieving free trade, and bilateralism which leads to fracture. The idea of a Great Depression is important to this ideology, also empirical link between levels of trade and development. The WTO mom and dad was a GATT, that is General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. The GATT was an agreement of not an organization. The GATT was created in 1947 and the US Congress blocked plans to create a proper international organization to regulate trade. The same ideology regulated the GATT as the WTO, but it was more diplomatic and less legalistic, possessed fewer sanctions, and was narrower scope. In some ways, reflection of the Ruggies embedded liberal compromise. The WTO created with little fanfare and debate in 1995 out of GATT Ugrari round. The attempt to put multilateral trading system on a much surer footing. The organization of networks, WTO is largely run by state officials, not its own secretariat. The WTO does actually do anything, but it is instead a vehicle through which one states do things. Over 40 different committees and working groups. Perhaps it's easier to understand the WTO as a number of forums. Formally a very democratic, but realities are quite different. Agriculture is a special area, and concessions to underdeveloped world, that is phase out date of 2013 for agricultural export subsidies. The duty free or quota free access for least developed, but only for 97% of tariff lines by US and Japan. Also abolition of multi fiber arrangement between 1995 to 2005. At least cosmetically, major moves towards liberalization and creation of a pro-developed agenda, but are concessions real? So, what the WTO understands trade is very broad area which rich states have a clear advantage and quite intrusive that they impact on financial regulations and public service provisions. The WTO has said that only a monopoly provider in the public sector is excluded from coverage or service is commercial when patients have a choice of hospitals. That is, when hospitals are effective in competition regardless of whether ownership is in public or private hands. According to this interpretation, the market oriented reforms of the NHS plan refines the NHS as a commercial service subjected to trade rules. At the very least, final determination of the status of the NHS will be dependent on a dispute settlement panel of the WTO. The most controversial aspects of the entire trade regime are the great deal in media concerning AIDS drug authored by major drugs and media firms in core capital. Intellectual property is different from physical property. The patenting regimes representing a compromise between public and private goods and shift towards private goods in last few decades in key economies in terms of length and scope of patenting. The TRIP seek to internationalize the protection. Also, biopiracy as capitalist fails recognize pre-capitalist forms of common property. Also, it is impossible to provide a link between innovation and property rights protection. The benefits of protection offered offset by costs of prevention diffusion. That's all for this session. Thank you.